Hey, Mike. What? Who's got next?
What's good, y'all? It's your man, Hezo, and welcome back to the Blacktop, where I always got next, you feel me? So the Hawks recaps are back. But, man, I'm not having fun. I'm not having fun with watching my Hawks, man. This team just lets me down time after time, and I don't even have any more words. I think it's time to chalk this season up as an L. I'm almost at that point. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Leave a like on the video. We are just almost at 1,000 subs. We are less than 70 subs away. So if y'all can help your boy get there, I would greatly appreciate it. Let's see if we can get there by the end of this month. Let's get right into it. So this might not be that long of a recap, man. I am mentally exhausted from watching the inconsistency of this Hawks team. Every time I think that we are about to turn the season around after a big win to close out the road trip, we come out at home and we're down damn near 30 points in the first half. Game starts out, Milwaukee came out on fire, man. They went up like, what, 11-0 or 13-0. They were just lacing it from three, and Atlanta just could not get anything going. No Trey, no Capella. Trey gets a late game scratch with a non-COVID related illness. The Bucks are coming off of, they're like 4-6 in the last 10 games. They have not played well recently. So I'm thinking, okay, this is where we're going to continue and build some wins here. We're going to get this win tonight at home. And we just come out flat once again, man. It just seems like it's time after time. I am repeating myself for how these games start. And I really don't get it. Milwaukee hit 12 threes in the first quarter alone. 12 threes. And look at the difference of how they were moving the ball and guys running off-ball screens and everything like that. So much ball movement and so much off-ball movement for the Bucks, and we just weren't seeing that in the first half for Atlanta, and it was a big difference. AJ Griffin came into the game, and it was a significant boost on offense off of the bench. But AJ Griffin played 6 or 7 minutes the entire second half of the ball game, and he finished the night with 16 minutes. I truly don't understand why AJ Griffin's minutes all of a sudden have been cut. Now I get it, he hasn't been as good recently, but you still need him in the rotation with his offense. Rookies hit walls, I get all that, but you can't just lower his confidence by cutting his minutes. There's some nights where he's playing 10 minutes. Like, AJ Griffin has done enough throughout the season to where he should be an established rotation player. Like the other night against the Clippers, where Bogey was shooting 0 for 7 from 3, but yet he played almost 30 minutes when AJ Griffin played 10. I don't understand that. That's bad coaching. And we saw that again tonight. Even though AJ Griffin wasn't like lacing it or anything like that, he was still playing relatively well and hitting some floaters in the paint. He hit a 3. AJ Griffin had a solid night in terms of the minutes that he got. I don't understand why he's not getting more minutes. That's extremely frustrating to watch. Giannis finished the half with only 5 points, and the Bucks were up 21 going into the half. Think about that. Giannis had 5 points. Best player in the league, and you're up 21 going into the half. What more can you say about how much more wrong can a first half go for a team? That was extremely painful to watch. Now the second half was an entirely different story. At first it looked like the Bucks were really about to just completely keep their foot on the neck, and they were going to pull away, probably get the lead up to almost 30 points. It was at 24. I already thought in the second half that they were probably going to get the lead around the 30-point mark, and we were just going to get blown off the floor. And it was looking like that kind of early on in the second half to start early on in the third quarter. But then Bogdanovich started to hit shots. Dre started to get going. He started to hit some shots. And boy, that man Frank the Tank really came alive. He hit 3 threes. He was really doing some good things out there. Jalen Johnson was getting into transition. He looked really good. And I want to talk about Jalen Johnson for just a second. This kid really does have a lot of skill. He can handle the basketball. He can get into transition. He's a decent playmaker for being a 4. He really has a lot of skill. All he needs to do is play to his strengths in terms of getting to the rim and get confidence. Don't sit so much on the 3-point line and attack the rim. That fast break dunk that he had was just absolutely beautiful. That's the Jalen Johnson that I want to see that makes him so valuable. And we just haven't really seen that consistently through the season because the way Nate runs his offense, he keeps the 2 power forwards in terms of JC and Jalen Johnson on the 3-point line. And it just doesn't make sense because that's not their strengths. Atlanta goes on a huge run to get back into the game. Now, I'm thinking, okay, I'm not going to get too excited because we've seen this before. We've seen it against Golden State. We've seen it against other teams where we're down big and then we complete a huge comeback. We've seen it against the Magic. We complete a huge comeback and then we just fall short and it just can't quite complete the full-on comeback. And that's what we saw it again tonight. We take the lead late in the fourth quarter with around 3.5 minutes left or whatever, 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes or whatever it was. Take a 2-point lead. And then boom, right away, Milwaukee goes on a 10-0 run. The offensive execution for this Hawks team is so consistently bad late in games in crunch time. It really is painful to watch. The shot selection, the ball movement, I just don't get it. It happens every game. It happens every game where we're trying to make a comeback where the offense just goes stagnant. And again, I'm a fucking broken record because it is time after time after time where us as fans, as Hawks fans, we have to watch the same thing over and over and over. It's just on repeat. It is a recipe for a disaster when you just are so poorly executing late in the game to where you're not moving the ball, you're not getting good shots, you're settling for jump shots, you're not attacking the rim, and it ends up being an L in the end. And we saw it again tonight. Fight back from 24 to take the lead and can't complete the comeback at home. I'm so tired of it, man. I'm so tired of watching this team time after time go down big, come back, and fall short of the comeback. I'm not for moral victories. I don't care that we came back. We fell short at the end of the game. That's all that matters. We didn't get the win. The comeback was great, yes, but there's no fucking moral victories in the NBA. You don't build wins by getting moral victories in a loss. It doesn't work like that. Shout out to Drew Holiday, man. This dude played an absolutely incredible game, and he's been on fire lately. I think Drew Holiday might be the most underrated guy in basketball. He hits big shots when it matters consistently, and it's not even really in an isolation type set like we see with the Hawks. Giannis did not play well tonight. Yeah, he had like 17 boards and like 10 assists. He almost had a triple-double, but he only had 7 points. And when your best player can score 7 points and you can still go out and get a victory on the road, that speaks volumes for the type of culture that you have in Milwaukee and the type of coaching that they have, because their guys don't panic, they don't go to isolation basketball, and they still stay with what their strength is and try to get good shots at the end of games. And Drew Holiday was orchestrating the offense beautifully in terms of hitting clutch shots and finding guys when it mattered, and Giannis was doing the same thing. Even when Giannis was struggling, he was still doing the right things when it mattered, especially rebounding the basketball. And Atlanta got pounded on the glass tonight once again because we have a 6-foot center, Okongwu, playing center who can't grab a fucking board. It's frustrating, man. It is so frustrating. I don't know where the Hawks go from here. Changes need to be made. They really do. And I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. This team will be a play-in team as long as Nate McMillan is the coach. And there needs to be roster changes. There needs to be head coaching changes. There needs to be some form of change if Atlanta is going to be able to make a run in the Eastern Conference. There's no excuse for sitting at number 9 or number 10 this late in the season. At the midway mark in the season, there's no reason why we should be number 9 or number 10 when we're only missing, we're missing Trey. I get it. We missed Trey tonight. Other than that, we're only missing Capella. There's no reason. There's no excuse. We still have the talent. We still have the guys on this roster to be able to put together wins in this league, and we just can't find the consistency, man. And that's been the story of the entire season. Credit to the Bucks, man. They played an excellent game overall. They let Atlanta back into the game, but they were able to go on a huge run late in the game to be able to close it out and get a big win on the road because they were kind of desperate to get a win. As again, like I said, they've been kind of struggling recently, 4-6 in their last 10. So they were really looking to get a big win. They got it tonight. Shout out to Drew Holiday. Bobby Portis had an excellent game as well. Pat Connaughton had a solid game, and Giannis, even though he wasn't scoring, he still did a lot of other great things for them to be able to win this game. I'm almost at the point where I'm ready to chalk this season up as an L, man. I really am. Y'all keep this in mind. My last point before I get out of here. The Bucks gave up 3 first-round picks to win the championship for Drew Holiday. They did that. The first season Drew Holiday's there, they win a championship. Atlanta gives up 3 first-round picks for DeJounte Murray. We're a play-in team. Y'all keep that in mind. I'm gonna pretty much leave it there, man. I don't really have any final takeaways for this game. I mean, if you want, if you want them, we got pounded on the glass. Poor offensive execution once again towards the stretch of the game and going down by 24 earlier in the game. That's my main takeaways. There's not many games that were in this league where you can go down by that many points and expect to win. I get it. We made the comeback. We really probably should have won this game after that huge comeback, storm back from down 24, but we couldn't complete it. And it's been the story. Every time we come back from huge down over 20 points a game, we just are right there, and then we just can't quite complete the full-on comeback to get the win. We saw it again tonight, and I'm over it, man. I really am over it. Leave your thoughts down in the comments. What did y'all think about this game overall? What do y'all think about Atlanta going forward? What moves do y'all see that that Atlanta need to make in the front, in the coaching staff, on the roster, all that type of good stuff? Y'all let me know down in the comments. Leave a like on the video, and I will catch y'all next episode.